Right, so let's get started with the final unit, Unit 12. First of all, it's all about the vocabulary of fame, and then in the next lesson, next time, we will start looking at different verb forms, or rather, I think we'll do it again because I'm sure we've done it before. But anyway, let's get started with the price of fame.
On pages 116 and 117, you've got 15 minutes of fame, and it's an article about people who became famous and how they became famous, how the first celebrities emerged, and what fame can do to people nowadays. It is all reading and vocabulary, and if you look at part 2A, there's some useful vocabulary, but my tip is watch the other video first and use the vocabulary from that video to help you with this one. So there's not really much I can add to this one. If you do the other video first, you'll understand this one. Then read what's on page 117 and answer 3A. Okay. Match the names to, or rather find out what made these people become famous. George Whitefield, Susan Boyle, Sam Patch, Donato Dalrymple, and Falcon Heen. Then you need to go back to the article and find out the words that fit into those sentences from number 1 down to number 10 in part 4. There's a group discussion. Well, you can think about those ones, but yeah, I'm sorry, there's not really much I can do to help you here, okay? And the big point with this one is the grammar one, which I will be sending out videos for next week when we actually finish the book. So yeah, pages 118 and 119 and 120 and 121. I'm going to do all of those in the next couple of videos. So yeah, sorry, but this one's quite a short one. So yeah, you're on your own with this one, which is quite good for me because actually I'm very, very busy, as you can imagine. So yeah, look through the article, and I've put some close-ups of this as well. That you well, hopefully we've gone through those ones already when I edit my video. And yeah, have a look at each one of these ones, and I'm going to put up the answers at the end. But yeah, this one is really short and sweet this week. Okay, yeah, take care, look after yourselves, and there's a big grammar push to finish with next week. Okay, bye. Okay then, I know it's a reading task, but I'll read it out to you if you really do want it. You haven't got that much longer to hear my voice, so let's do it for you. 15 minutes of fame. In 1968, the artist Andy Warhol predicted that in the future, everyone would be world famous for 15 minutes. In our modern celebrity-obsessed world, Warhol's prediction seems to be coming true. But fame wasn't always so easy to get. In ancient times, some of the first celebrities were Roman gladiators. Rather like today's TV talent show contestants, these men, and occasionally women, fought each other for the audience's entertainment. Gladiators, however, were fighting for their lives, not for a record deal. Fast forward to the 18th century, and in the pre-photography age, it was politicians and preachers who were able to become celebrities through public speaking. George Whitefield, for example, a preacher from England, drew a crowd of 30,000 when he visited the US city of Boston. It's no wonder he was called Anglo-America's first modern celebrity. In the 19th century, the arrival of cheap newspapers created a sudden demand for exciting stories. All kinds of people began to get their 15 minutes or more of fame, including the legendary American outlaw and bank robber Jesse James, and one of the world's first media celebrities, Sam Patch. Patch became famous for jumping into rivers from high places, and he became a household name by leaping into Niagara Falls. He survived every jump, except the last one, into the Genesee River in New York. In the same way that the media is held responsible for celebrity problems today, people blamed the pressure of the media for Patch's sudden end. By the end of the 20th century, TV show producers had begun to turn to the cheapest performers available, their audience. Finally, it seemed anyone who wanted 15 minutes of fame could get it, and some people wanted it far too much. Richard and Mayumi Heen, for example, launched a large helium balloon 2,000 meters into the air and then called a TV network to say that their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was inside it. Planes were rerouted and Denver International Airport was briefly shut down. However, Falcon was later found to have been hiding in the family's garage the whole time. The balloon boy incident turned out to be a hoax, and the Heens were accused of doing it in the hope of landing their own reality TV show. Instead, they got a fine and a short prison sentence each. But they were certainly famous for a while. So, do we all want fame? Research suggests that a large number of us do. According to one recent survey, 30% of adults regularly daydream about being famous, and 40% of us expect to experience some kind of fame in our lifetime. Statistics for teenagers are much higher. Perhaps a better question is, should we want to be famous? Do we really want every aspect of our private lives splashed across the newspapers and discussed on television? Some people, such as talent show contestant Susan Boyle, seem ill-equipped to deal with this kind of pressure, despite their talent. Boyle gained international fame for her extraordinary singing voice after appearing on TV talent show Britain's Got Talent. And her debut album became the fastest-selling of all time in the UK. But the sudden fame didn't seem easy for her at first, and after the final of the show, Boyle was admitted to a private psychiatric clinic. Furthermore, people who achieve fame often don't seem to like it once they have it. A survey of celebrities found that they worry about the press and paparazzi, critics, threatening letters, the lack of privacy, stalkers, and the effect on their children, in that order. I think we could probably add Twitter to that nowadays. These are hardly worries that ordinary people have to deal with. They also, ironically, worry about what would happen if they were no longer famous. And there are plenty of people to ask about that. Take Donato Dalrymple, for example, a fisherman who rescued a boy from the sea and enjoyed the media spotlight for several months afterwards. When it ended, however, he resumed his job as a toilet cleaner. "I know I'm a nobody," he said when the attention had vanished. When the person has to go back to everyday life, there's a sense of disappointment, loss, and being cheated out of something, says Dr. Robert Cancro of the New York University School of Medicine. And what's the name for this feeling? He calls it Andy Warhol syndrome.